Now that we've discussed the kick and the snare and the ride and fills, we have a good foundation. And this video is about the icing on the cake. How can we add little other bits of percussion to give our beat a little extra interest? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to think of the redrum drum computer that I've already made, and I have a beat here. So no fills there. I'm going to think of that as my main drum kit, and I'm going to add another redrum drum computer that I'm going to think of as my additional accessories, other pieces of percussion, eggs, shakers, maracas, things like that. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay, so now I have a second redrum computer with no patterns whatsoever in it. And I'm going to try to set this up so that I have some interesting extra pieces of percussion to use. So the default kit is the disco kit. I already have an egg there that I can use, so I'll keep that there. Let me just go right to the left of that, and let me click. This is a snare drum. Let me click in there and open the browser. Okay, and let's just take a look. I'll move this over into the screen here. Let's take a look at where we're at with the folders here. So it says disco samples. If I move up one, it puts me at drums and kits. Let's move up another one, drums and percussion, and up one more, the NNXT sampler patches. Now we haven't talked about the NNXT sampler, but it does have lots of good samples in it. So we can use this, we can access these patches to use in the redrum drum computer. So let me just go up a little further in the directory here. See, we've got all of these different folders. One of them is this NNXT sampler patch. So we click on that, and there is a drums and percussion folder there, and drums and kits. So let me go down to percussion, and all kinds of things you can experiment with. Let's go with non-pitched woods samples. Okay, so I'm just going to pick something here. How about here's a shaker. Pick that. So I've got an egg, I've got a shaker there. Let's try the same thing over here. Let's go up a bit, see where I'm at. Okay, here's my percussion folder. Non-pitched wood samples. Let's get a block of some kind down here. Tempo block. Okay, so I've got these three sounds now. I'll play them for you. That one. Shaker. Well, the shaker and the egg sound familiar, so let me replace the egg. Find something a little different. How about this here? Yeah, let's try that. So I've got these three sounds to work with. Alright, so why don't we work with the block first? And what I like to do is I like to set it up as a ride first, and then trim pieces of it out until I get something that sounds good. So if I were using it as an eighth note ride, I would let me make sure I select the block there. I would hit all the odd numbers. Let's see what that sounds like. Alright, so I want to run both of the drum computers together. Okay. So while they're running, I'm just going to experiment and take a few of these out and add a few back in and so forth. So let's run them. Let's go with that. Okay, you can, take a long time experimenting and getting the sound that you like. Let's take a look at the shaker. Now, it usually sounds like shaker. It's okay to maybe think of that as going on the 16th, so I'm going to try that to start. So I'm just going to put the shaker on every single hit here. Let's play both drum computers. Let's trim a little bit out, maybe. So you can see what I'm doing. I take a little out, put a little bit back in, until I hear something that I like. Let's try it with the other sound here. So once again, this is a little bit of an unusual sound, so I'm just going to maybe put it on the first two here and go from there. I think I kind of like it just on the first beat there. Well, I think you get the idea. So you can try that. Let me just show you. There's other places that you can go in the directories to find interesting samples. So suppose I was going to replace the bass drum here. Just click on that, open the browser, and as I go up, you can see that I'm in this NNXT sampler patch folder. Let's continue to go up here. Another place, so you can look there, another place you can look is the actual redrum drum kits. And you might, by looking through here, especially this exclusive drum sorted section, you can find some effects and glitches and claps, for instance. Let's try one of those. Maybe I can put one of those in here. Let's see. I'll just pick a random place for it. See how it sounds. That doesn't sound so good. Probably because I'm hitting on an even number there. Okay, I like it. Let me let you hear that close up. Okay, have fun experimenting.